Welcome to episode 219 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Washington football team and considering whether or not they can make a Super Bowl run. Everyone sees them, I don't want to say as a laughing stock, but no one's taking them serious by any means in the NFL playoffs this year. I think everyone's just wanting to get the 5th seed in the wildcard spot because they think it's almost like a first-round bye getting to play the NFC East. However, I don't think it's as simple as that. Washington football team, in contingency that Alex Smith is healthy. Alex Smith is more than likely should win Comeback Play of the Year. Ron Rivera might deserve Coach of the Year. We all know their stories. Alex Smith and his leg injury, Ron Rivera having cancer, some rough backstories, but they made it through and they're here today playing football. Alex Smith is a little banged up now, but it's not serious. He should be back eventually. We've seen the Dwayne Haskins news about him going to the strip club, no mask, violating COVID protocols. He probably won't be on the Washington football team for sure next year. I hope that the Washington football team keeps Alex Smith moving forward, but looking at it for this season, assuming Alex Smith is in and assuming Antonio Gibson is in, the Washington football team has a very solid foundation to me. You have to figure they had a rough starts this year, not having Alex Smith right away, not having Ron Rivera 100% of the time, figuring out how good their rookie is, figuring out their defense. Between Alex Smith, Antonio Gibson, and Terry McLaurin, very solid offensive foundation. And then on the defense, having, I believe, the best passing yards per game defense, giving them an amazing secondary, and then having a great pass rush as well with their rookie, who will more than likely win Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young, is taken off as well. I think the Washington football team did a very good job of drafting this year. Good job of drafting last year. They got Terry McLaurin last year. I think he might be the most underrated receiver in the league. I think the Washington football team can pull off an upset in the playoffs. If they play Seattle first round, we saw them just play Seattle last week and lose by 5 points, and that's without their amazing rookie running back who, if he played from the beginning of the year and got as many reps as he deserved, could fight for Rookie of the Year. Obviously, he didn't, so it is what it is. And you get Alex Smith back, I think the Washington football team could seriously upset a Seattle Seahawks team. Saying they only lost by 5 without your starting quarterback and without your starting running back. That's two huge pieces that I think could flip that team around and give them a first-round win. Now, if I'm getting into them getting a second-round win, I'm getting a little bold here because then they're matching up against an Aaron Rodgers or a Drew Brees and a Tom Brady. And not to say Russell Wilson can't hang with those guys by any means. Russell Wilson is just as good as any quarterback in the league. It's just seeing how the Seahawks have played these past few weeks. Very stagnant offense. Defense is very great since they got Jamal Adams and Carlos Dunlap and Jamal Adams back. Defense has taken off, but the offense is not clicking. And with a great secondary and a solid pass rush, I think Alex Smith and Antonio Gibson could get the job done. But outside of the Seahawks, Washington football team doesn't have a very good ideal matchup anywhere. I mean, even Tampa with their struggles, I think, can outplay the Washington football team. And then, like I said, Devontae Adams can roast them, I think. Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald could definitely crack down on Washington's offense. I know that sounds a little contradicting because of how much of a foundation, of how much credibility I just gave their offensive foundation, but this is a foundation that I like, but it's more for a future foundation to build on in future years. This isn't a win now type of thing. Washington football team is still relatively young and just young in age and young and just knowing each other, all being Terry McLaurin's only 2 years in. Alex Smith is his first year as Washington. Or no, I'm wrong about that because he got his injury with Washington, but still only his first or second year actually playing there. Antonio Gibson's a rookie. Ron Rivera is relatively new. Chase Young's new. So I'm just saying they still got to get to know each other. So my final kind of assumption is, yes, they could pull off an upset, but once you get deep into the playoffs, the Washington football team, they can't hang with those guys. Yes, they're going to have a 7-9, 6-10 record for a reason. But I just think of being underdogs and having a foundation, they can pull off an upset against a good matchup for them. And to me, their best matchup is against the Seahawks. Yes, I think it's possible for them to pull off an upset against the Saints or Packers or Bucks or Rams or whoever, but I just think that is unlikely. Is it possible? Yes. Is it unlikely? Even more of a yes. So to me, playoff upset is their biggest, and first round upset is their biggest highest hope. Super Bowl to me is kind of out of the equation. I like the Washington football team moving forward and building a great franchise, but for now, I got a 1-win playoff team for them at the very most. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. 2-minute warning.